You can do whatever you want. And you can do whatever you don't want. That's the irony of life, that our day is comprised of things that we don't want and things that we want. If you actually examine your day, a lot of the things that you're doing are what you like doing. You know, the food that you eat, or the cup of coffee that you drink, or, you know, interacting with your kids, or making certain phone calls, or watching a movie or a show. We do a lot of things that are enjoyable. The one or two things during the day that we have to do that we don't really, they're not really satisfying, it's not soul satisfying, tend to focus on that. And you think that you've got a useless life. Everybody else is doing something so purposeful. Everybody else has got so much, so many goals. Everybody's so invested in their jobs, in their lives. Trust me, nobody is. Nobody is. No one is satisfied completely every day, every single day, 365 days a year. You will have days that you'll complain, even the ones that are satisfied. There will be days when you're tired and exhausted, that you're making the same, in my case, rasam kootu curry, every single day, or every other day, eating the same food, doing the same thing. You know that if it's 10:30 in the morning, Kanchana is doing this. So predictable. Everything is so predictable. And when things become very routine, although we all crave routines, we like routine. We set up things according to schedules, some time for exercise. I can't exercise in the evening, I can't exercise in the morning, I can't exercise at night. Right? We always have the excuses that we can't do this and we can't do that. There are certain times that we set apart for everything. But we focus on the few things in our life that's not going right. Those that are working are looking forward to retirement, and those that have no jobs feel that, what is my life? I can't buy a new dress if I want to, I have no money. I'm dependent on this man, or I'm dependent on this woman, whatever it is. We don't like our lives. And that is a tragedy, because this is the only life you'll have. If you don't like where your life is heading, if you don't like most of what is happening in your life, change it. Change it. By all means, do something different. What is stopping you from changing your life? Other than that voice in your head that says, it's not going to work. It's not for you. You need a desk job because you need that job. You need that particular, company, or that particular marriage, or that particular relationship. We're always looking for something very specific. We're not ready to do something different. For years, I have a friend who was a, financial analyst, what have you, is now driving an Uber. Now, what is stopping anyone from driving an Uber? It's a perfectly decent job with wonderful hours. You can keep the hours you want. You are the owner of your life, and A lot of deals are made in those cars, in those car rides. You never know who you're going to be dropping to the airport, or who you're going to be dropping downtown. You might meet someone really important who'll change your complete destiny. If you don't like what you're doing and you're sitting in the same spot and complaining about it and criticizing your life, you're just being lazy. You're just being lazy. This life is an opportunity to push the horizons, to try something different, to go where no one has gone before. And we all have limitations, right? So does a river. A river has both of its banks, but there are many times that a river changes course. And it only changes course when there's plenty of water. That's your energy that you're putting into your life. When you put in a lot of energy, just like a river moves out of its normal course, you can also. You can go to another level totally. Nobody says you have to be here. A lot of the success stories, are women or men who started something in their garage, in their backyard, just because they were tired of everything that was happening. So many stories. The woman who started Spanx, she just started it for a lark, and look at where she is now. You never know what your next venture is going to take you, but you won't know unless you try it. You try it. The problem with us is that we love complaining. Love it. My life is like this, and I have the same thing, and my latest complaint is Florida is so hot, and there's very little that I can do about it, right? It's hardly worth complaining. Might as well accept it and just, sit under the fan and be happy. But, we don't do that. We always look at all the things that we don't have. At least I have air conditioning. What about those people that have to be out in the heat in so many countries? And the funny thing is, they probably are not complaining. At least not about the heat. Complaining just means, I don't like my life just now. And if you are continually in a position, in a place where you're saying, I don't like my life, I don't like my life, the universe will conspire to keep you there, because that's the echo it hears. That is the voice it's hearing. It hears that you don't want to like your life. In order to make a change, you have to first be happy. You have to first visualize that change that you want. You have to think of yourself in a place, that's surrounded by green fields and flowers and fruits, bounty and abundance. That's when the river bends towards it. You cannot sit and say, let me get that, then I will be happy, because that's never going to happen. You, by a very nature of your thoughts, are preventing your own destiny from going where it should. And honestly, whether you're garbage collecting, or you're a clerk, or you're a painter, or a dancer, what does it matter who you are? If you're not happy, what is the point of this life? What is the point of living each day in misery? And many of us are caught in our circumstances. But there is an escape. If you visualize the escape, there is one. Many people that are involved in abusive relationships, they can't visualize a life without that. And if you don't see yourself free, the inner courage to make that change doesn't come. The courage only comes when you know where you're going. You know which direction you're going. Only then you take that step of faith. And victims, people that love complaining, love to say, oh, my life is so miserable. It's so horrible. That faith, and when I say faith, I'm not talking about a God. I'm talking about the feeling that you are taken care of. There is nothing in the world you need to worry about. There is nothing to fear. Today your job is paying you so much, but if it's causing you stress and it's making you sick, visualize yourself in a state of perfect health and quit that job. That's what will give you the courage to quit. When you visualize yourself in a better place, all your actions become geared towards getting that. You be happy first. You be in that good place in your head first. And then your actions will automatically bring you closer and closer to your destination. Otherwise, like the Saraswati River, there's a river, a mythical river called the Saraswati in our, which is supposed to have flown, which was supposed to be in the Indus Valley. Right? And it is said that because that river ran dry, that the people moved from there. So let us not make our lives arid, filled with nothing, with no energy, with listlessness. Because this life is exciting. Every day, small things happen, little things happen, which are lovely. Yeah, and we also get a little bit of bad news, a little bit of, things not working out that way. But it's what you're focusing on. Life has got this and life has got that. It's got a little bit of this, it's got a little bit of that. It's got activities we love, it's got activities we hate. It's got friends we love and friends we hate, and family we love and family we hate. We don't get it all. But whatever we get, that's ours. My journey is quite different from yours, is quite different from yours, is quite different from yours. We don't have the same journey, we don't have the same destination, but we do have the same source. We all come from the same source, and we have lost that connection to the source. And when you re-establish connection with the source, you realize that a source that can create so many different creatures, so much diversity, fruits and flowers and animals and insects and birds and of all kinds, can give you something different in life, can unfold your dream. But you need to visualize that dream first. If you want purpose, you need to think about where you're going, and you need to plan to reach there. Every action that you take has to be towards realizing that. And it may not come overnight. Some people are really lucky. They get their success with one book, with one recipe, with one act or 1 year in their lives, and everything changes. But for many of us, it's a step-by-step process. And we should enjoy all of it. You have to enjoy whatever you're doing. This is your opportunity. You have only this moment. You have only just now. If you lose it, this moment is gone. You could have done something that would lead to something else. Instead, you spend your time just feeling sorry for yourself at how purposeless your life is. Oh, I can't do anything, I'm stuck in this. I did that for many years. I lived in countries where I had no visa to work. And I loved doing that. Oh, I can't work, I can't do anything. Oh, it was a great excuse to be miserable. I wish I knew then what I know now. My life would have been so much easier and so much happier. But we have to go through all our trials to reach that place. And you come and you listen to the talks and then you forget about it. But you have to listen to these things again and again and again for it to really sink in. The truth is really very simple. What I tell you here at Hamsa is really very simple. Happiness is your birthright. You need faith, courage and gratitude. It's basically this. This is the message. You say it in different ways. But for it to come into your DNA, for you to feel that, yes, happiness is my birthright, to feel deserving of it, you have to clear all the channels of energy. We continually want that flood of energy, right? And negativity, negative thoughts, feelings of depression, feelings of being victimized, feeling of being left out, feeling that I'm nobody, it depletes your prana. And so the practices of breathing immediately alters it. It reverses the flow of prana. When you're feeling the low thoughts, you'll notice that, you're not inhaling that much, you're exhaling a lot more. Oh, life is so terrible for me, right? Take deep breaths. Use the breathing in those times. Do a few rounds of Bhastrika. Get that energy pumping inside of you and you'll feel really good. Or do 20 sit-ups, go to the gym, run on the treadmill, do something, do 20 jumping jacks. The minute you get energy flowing in your body, you feel that sense of enthusiasm. Don't let it sit for too long. This life is beautiful. It is your opportunity. Don't waste it. Use every minute constructively. Enjoy what you're doing now. Even the things that you don't like doing. Enjoy. So if you don't like cooking, put on some nice music while you cook. The time will just pass by. You gotta find your way. You gotta find your way. We all have our limitations, the banks of the river, and it's all flowing towards the same ocean. It's all flowing towards, that's where we came from, and that's where we're going back.